Hi everyone, it's me, Darlene. I am here practicing with some wonky strips. Lately I have been into cutting these wonky strips and I sell them in my exclusive sales. These are a little bit different than the ones I sold before. These have a 2-inch base with a 1-inch tip. The others have a 3-inch base with a 1-inch tip. But I want to make a few different sizes and then I'll start making some patterns that use the different sizes. For now, I'm going to be using just these new ones that I just cut, and I'm going to show you how to make these adorable little wonky squares that are not all that wonky. I mean, they're wonky, but they're really easy, and I think they're just wonky enough that they'll look cute. You know, you can do it this way, you know, and then put the next one this way, or you can match them up end to end, but not, now that's the way this matches, but you could turn this one and you could make a row like that where the, you know, the colors are not together. So anyway, I just thought it was kind of cool and it'll give me something, a new cut to sell. So I'm going to show you how to make these, but then I'm going to use this again to make my little blocks, because what I'm cutting right now will end up being sold. This is a 3.5-inch strip, the width of the fabric, the full width of the fabric. So you take your fabric, and I always, you know, it's always folded once. I always fold it again, and then I cut. So 3.5 inches. Let's start by making it 10 inches. Now you have to be careful that your fold, let's do it this way so you can see. See the selvage here? I'm going to put the fold a little bit under the selvage. It's going to give me more room to cut because I want it to be 10 inches this way. So I'm just looking at my 5 and my 15. That's going to give me 10 inches. Now I'm going to turn it this way and I'm going to put it on a line. I happen to be on the number 9 line. I am going to put my ruler right here at this corner, and then I'm going in just a 1/2 inch up here. So I'm going to have my ruler on 9, and up here it's going to be at 9.5. I know you can't see. I guess I could. Let me do this. Yes, my mother's watching TV. Okay, so I'm at the very corner on this end, and I'm at the 9.5 up here. You know, this is lovely scraps. If it was paper, I'd be rolling it, but it's not. So it's not really big enough to do anything with. I'm going to move over 2 inches down here. So I'm going from 9 to 11. But up here, I'm only moving over 1 inch. So I'm going from 9.5 to 10.5. It can get confusing. I know, because I screwed up last night cutting. How many did I cut? I cut a whole shitload of these last night, but it was the 3-inch bases. I cut 400 of them. I screwed up on my next to the last cut. Okay, so again, 2 inches at the base and then only 1 inch in up here. Let's pull these aside. Now I want to go 1 inch here. And this time we're going to that corner. And that's it. You get 8 wonky strips out of one 3.5-inch strip. Did I say 3.5? I might have said 3. You want a 3.5-inch strip. So here's how I made these little wonky blocks. What I did is I put 2 together of different colors. And I think I'm doing it different than the first 2 that I made, and that's okay. And I'm doing them like this. Wide ends are touching. And then the next 2, I'm going to flip them. So the 2 wide ends are on this side now. It just makes it a little different, and I liked it. So wide end, narrow end, narrow end. I just alternated the prints You can absolutely do this scrappy and use all different prints. So I'm just going to sew these 4 strips together. This is what I have. And if you try to stick to 1/4 inch seam allowance and no bigger, you're going to be fine. We're going to be able to trim this to 4 inches. But now, you might be tempted to kind of like put this end on a line. No. Look here and here. I'm just over the 9-inch line. And then here, so 9 plus 4 is 13. And I'm just over that 13. You might want to do like, you know, a little bit less than 1/4 inch. If you can. But don't worry about it. You'll get there. And if you can't make 4 inches, then make all your blocks like 3 3/4 or 3 1/2. Now I'm going to turn it. Now I'm going to put this on a line because this is straight. Now where you cut determines the wonkiness of that particular block. You know, we're going to have a little bit of scrap. This is what I had for scrap when I cut the others. This is going into my crumb box. I might do a crumb chat. Next time I do, I will show you how I put these in crumb blocks. So I'm not going to be overly fussy. I'm just going to come here and I'm going to cut this end. Well, let's save as much as we can. So I'm going to trim here. And then I'm just going over 4 inches. And going over 4 more inches. And this is for my crumb box. Look, two more adorable little squares. I just love this so much. See what I mean? You could do this and then this. You could stash them. That's not my favorite way of doing it. It's scrappy and wonky, but I don't know. I kind of like this better, where it's lines, but that they don't match up, they don't make sense. See, I much prefer something like that. But it's all up to you. So I just wanted to show you that, and I wanted to tell you guys that I have a lot of new cuts, a lot of different fabrics that I'm sorry you guys aren't seeing, but those videos just didn't perform well for me. So I haven't been doing the unboxings. But I have another supplier, and I'm able to pick the prints with them. I have to buy 15-yard bolts of each print, but I'm selling this shit so fast. So anyway, but I have enough customers. I'm not saying this because I want you to join Patreon or my YouTube memberships and become an exclusive shopper, because right now I think there's enough people shopping. So I hope you like these little squares. I think they're adorable. And I really like sometimes when, you know, a square has repeating of the same print, but then you could have other squares with, you know, 2 other prints per square. You do whatever you want. All right, these are going to be on eBay, these little guys, because I have no use for them. So the link will be down below for that. Please subscribe, because I'll be back with more soon. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.